Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Seduction is a real skill. Seduction. You know what? And even when I'm talking about body game, I give this impression, and especially, and I was talking about, the issues with looks yesterday, and that's a big thing now. And even though I've said several times with body game, it's just the foundation, just the bait to get women over there, to get their interest. You still got to do more. Now, some people have the skill of seduction. Now, what is seduction? Basically drawing someone out of their world, leading them astray, drawing them into your world. Like a real seduction. Now, most relationships are honestly a click, and I highly recommend that. And I'm not saying learn how to become a seducer, but I'm just sharing this info just so you know it is out there. And it's not something I teach. It's not something I share. Because there are some stuff you can do. And I would put it like this, you have to have a real understanding of not just yourself, but women to really be good at it. But it's still out there. And because that's why many times you see a situation and you might see a couple that looks mismatched. She might be real fine, real attractive. And, the guy might be more average looking or even unappealing to most people. And you're like, how'd that happen? There's a good chance he might have seduced her. Because he might have did some things. He might have been able to get some insight into her and do some things that was able to draw her attention. See, and that's the part I'll talk about. You gotta have something about you that's interesting. Something about you that draws her into your world. Because a lot of guys, they are more concerned. Most guys are more concerned about, being attractive to her and everything and, reaching a certain threshold. But what if you're not? You do have that small percentage of men who can draw the women in. And they do so by having something about them that's interesting. Something about them, showing them something new, piquing their interest. Now, I will say this, you still got to have just a bit of attraction. Just if it's just a tiny bit. But you still it has to be something that she's interested in you. See, it's very common. Isn't that maybe, there's an argument whether you can call it seduction, but it's very common that a man will grow on a woman. They'll meet a guy and it's not usually the type of guy they would normally go for, but he's in a position where he can talk to her, she can find out about him, and then all of a sudden she's very interested. It's very common in social circles, jobs like that. She find out some stuff about him. And he does it in such a way. Now, if he's just a regular guy, ain't really trying to seduce her, it happens naturally. But a seducer, he'll do it like a drug dealer gives drug samples. He'll give it to her like a drug dealer gives drug samples. And he'll just do just a little bit. Just get her interested, get her fascinating. See, the thing about women, they always want to learn something new. They want to find out something. That's why a man being mysterious appeals to them. And not just because, even if he's not overly attractive, appeals to them. Because that's their nature. They want to know about him. So this guy, he'll have the good combination. He'll have something about him that she'll be like, what's up with him? And it could be several things. It ain't one specific thing. It could be, it could be a social circle where all the guys are trying to talk to her. And then he's just like, yeah, whatever. He's ignoring her. And he ain't doing it it don't even look like he's doing it on purpose. He's kind of cool around her. I don't share much about what I do, but it's something I did on this job. It was at a gym. And I wasn't really trying. I was just like, whatever. There was this one young lady, and she was very open about her sexuality, how she got down. And all the guys, they would go out their way to talk to her. And I just said, I'd be polite, but that was about it. And she be talking and I just be real quiet. At most I just listen to her. I wasn't trying to holler and stuff. And she started coming around. I was like, yeah. Because then she wanted to know what's up. It's like, wait a minute. Every other guy's trying to flirt with her, doing all this. Rom sitting there chilling. Well, one, I was married. And two, even if I wasn't, I'd still be the same way around her. I mean, she was attractive and all. Seriously, killer body, all of that stuff. But one thing about me, it's just my nature. If everybody runs that way, I walk this way. So if we at a club or something, everybody trying to holler at the woman, you know what Rom doing. I'm sitting there eating my buffalo wings. So, but you pulling her. In fact, that's what we used to call it. Old school players call it pulling a woman, you know. And the key is you don't come blatant or thirsty. You kind of just chill. You got to intrigue her. Women, if they get intrigued by you, boom, and stuff. And now I know some people say, well, Rom, you can teach us this. It's like, no. Hit the gym. Hit the gym. And let me say something about that just real quick, a quick tangent. If you actually work out, hit the gym, it opens you up in so many ways. And that just as far as aesthetics. And I've said that several times, but you actually got to hit the gym. But anyway, it's a real skill because it takes patience and it's not a fast thing. I remember some PUAs, they were trying to promote that, like fast seduction and all of that. It's not, you got to take your time. You got to slow walk it. And the men who do it, they slow walk. They don't be in a hurry. They be chilling. They be chilling. They give her something to think about. And I'll say this without saying where. I kind of gave it in one of my series on Rom TV. I ain't gonna say which one though. Oh, let me go off on another tangent. If I don't share something here, don't ask me again. Like I had talked several times about what I learned from some sex workers, and I've given the clues, but I never said it directly. But I've given the clues probably 1,000 times. I had a guy come on here and say, just ask me just to tell him straight up. It's like, it don't work that way. And reason why I'll do something like that, because I want you to think. The best way for somebody to learn something is to actually think. It gotta click. Sometimes you can tell somebody, you can explain it to them, you can have a chart, they don't get it. But then something else, they actually think about it. It's like, oh, now I get it. But anyway, it takes time. It's knowing yourself. It's knowing what you got, and it's promoting yourself in such a way. And then taking your time with it. See, a lot of guys, they be too thirsty, trying to get with the woman right away. Nah, take your time. Slow walk her. Give her the little dose of pleasure. You know, give her something like about you. You know, don't present everything right away. Get her thinking about you. You know? But a lot of guys still ain't gonna get that. But it's a real skill because some guys got it. Some guys are just so chill, they see she fine and everything, but they like, okay. And they just gonna be themselves, or sometimes they ain't even gonna try. And they'll just wait. You know? It's like, yeah. And even when they being very skilled with it, it's like, it's not rushed like, oh, you fine. They give them a little bit of, seasoning. It's like cooking a slow cooking, like some soup or something, Put some seasoning in it, stir it up a bit, come back, chill, put it on low, boom. Just build it up nice and slow. But it's a real skill. And stuff. It's a real skill. Some of it's a little bit of a teasing. It's so many things to it. But it's one key thing. And like I said, I ain't gonna tell you what it is. I talked about it in one of my Rom TV things. One of them. So y'all need to go there and check it all out. And if you ask, I'm not either not gonna answer or block or delete your comment. Yeah. Like I said, I want you to think. But anyway, it is a real skill. It is a real skill. And I'm just in general, because I'm gonna get into skills next week in a video. And this is kind of related to what I was talking about yesterday. You really can't just be passive. You still got to develop some stuff, develop some real skills. And I think that's overall I think that's a major problem. People don't develop some skills. Yeah, you can have the bait, but then what? Yes, work on your bait, work on your physical appearance, all of that, but then what? Then what? What kind of skill you got? What kind of practice? And that's why I say you got to go out. No matter what I say or anybody else say, go out and apply it. Develop the skill. It's just like if y'all watching these videos or watching even my video, anybody else's video, and I'm talking about basketball and this and that, you still got to go out and play it. So anyway, that's all I have for today, y'all. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.